My name is Manish Oza, and I teach property, administrative law, and legal philosophy. I have two primary areas of research. The first one is about how the law deals with groups. So things like clubs, churches, unions, political parties, and even the state. And I'm interested in how these groups govern the lives of their members. So how they make rules for their members and make decisions about them. And what happens if those rules are unfair. I'm also interested in how groups can be a vehicle for collective action of the members. So a recent paper that I just finished is about when courts should intervene in religious disputes. So disputes that involve some kind of religious doctrine. And some people have said courts, when they're confronted with a religious dispute, they should really stay out of it. So to give you an example, suppose there's a church that owns some property and the church splits. People have a disagreement about how to follow their religion. A court might have to decide which of the two groups is the real church that owns the property. So what I argued in my paper is that courts actually should resolve these disputes whenever there's a legal right at issue. Because if they don't, if they stay out of it, then they would be leaving someone who's maybe had their rights violated without a remedy, and that's the one thing courts should not do. I think there are a lot of disputes between members of groups or people trying to sue groups that end up in court, but the results can be kind of inconsistent because we don't really have a clear map of the territory. So I hope that by studying this area of law, we can get more consistent results and maybe more fair results in some of these cases. My second main area of research comes from my background, which is in philosophy of logic and language. And so this area of research is about legal reasoning. I'm interested in how we reason about the law and whether that's different or the same as how we reason in other areas. Is legal reasoning logical and rational, or is it just a cover for whatever results we want to get to? So when it comes to legal reasoning, an issue I'm currently investigating is the nature of legal fictions. So courts will often assume that something is the case, even though we all know that it's actually not true. So an example would be a court assuming that you were born in January when in fact you were born in May, because that would allow the court to get you some kind of insurance benefits that you would otherwise not be entitled to. So I'm interested in what's going on here. How do we make sense of these fictions? Is there actually a rational process involved in reasoning using a legal fiction or not? The other impact that I hope to have is just a better understanding of the nature of law, and in particular of legal reasoning. I think this is a phenomenon that affects all of us. It's really important in all of our lives, and I think it's just worth understanding it for its own sake.